Hello everybody, my name is Ilya.
And my name is Tyler. Together we make up Kovray, a couple that loves to play board games.
Board games! And this is our 200th video!
Well, it's actually our 2-year anniversary too.
At the same time?
So many twos!
Does that mean we did 100 videos per year?
No, I don't think so.
What does it mean?
Some random combination of videos were released, and now it just so happens to be 200.
We did not plan. Actually, I think we planned it a little bit. You may have seen a little less videos the last couple of weeks.
I did not realize that's what it was for.
Yeah, we were aiming for that 200 number so we can celebrate together.
Well, this is news to me.
Congratulations.
You played me.
You played me.
You played me.
Well, if you're new here, we are a channel all about board games.
All about board games.
Our goal and mission with this channel is to inspire more people to play games.
Exactly.
Because when we first started, or even just generally playing board games, one of the best feelings in the world is setting up a game and then just seeing people's faces light up of how amazing a tabletop experience can be. And we just want to widespread that. We want to enter your homes and teach you games.
Not literally. Because that might be a little weird.
We'll do a traveling tour of board games.
A travel teach.
Book us now at 1-800-3.
Free teach. Yeah.
Exactly.
That.
Now, the other thing you notice, and to celebrate our 2 years or 200 videos, we're doing a few giveaways.
We have some games in front of us.
So we're going to be giving away this bundle of Flatout games.
Yes.
This Arc Nova.
Boom.
And Wayfarers of the South Tigris.
Yeah, this one's not in wrap right now because it's actually a pledge that you're going to receive.
Yeah,
so this is our...
So thank you to Garphill Games, thank you to Flatout Games, and thank you to Capstone Games for giving us a review copy, because now we're going to give you the copy that we bought.
Exactly. And the driving question here is, how do you enter these giveaways?
Well, throughout this video, there is going to be a code word for each of the games.
Exactly.
So we're also going to give away maybe a few extra copies of Verdant if we're feeling generous.
Yeah, we'll see how they give.
We'll see how
it goes. We'll see how it goes.
So there's going to be code words for each of the games.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to be entered to win that particular game, you just have to use the code word in the comments down below, and then you'll be entered.
If you want to enter all 3 of them, you can simply just leave one comment with all 3 code words in, or you can be ambitious and leave 3 comments with 1 code word for each of them.
Wow.
Whatever you're feeling up to.
Feel free to creatively interweave the code word, but there's no extra points, there's no bonus entry, so if you just want to be like, bam, 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 you can.
Thank you, ma'am.
Exactly.
It is highly encouraged, but like Ilya said, is you don't have to be clever about the way that you enter the code words. But
yeah, this giveaway is also going to run for 1 month.
1 whole month.
1 whole month.
That means people will find out if they won the game in the new year.
No, in December.
Yeah, well, basically the new year.
December's not the new year. They'll know before Christmas.
You'll know before Christmas and then probably get the game in the new year.
That sounds more valid. And there may be some other ways to enter this giveaway. So if you check out our Instagram or other social medias, who knows?
Yes.
Bonus entries. We're feeling spicy.
But keep your eyes peeled, and we won't talk about this much further. So let's get into the content of the video.
What is the content of the video?
Well, we're celebrating our 2-year.
Dance party.
Oh, that was unexpected.
I wish there was like lights that came on.
Can you please edit that in?
Edit it in. Who do you think I am?
Oh. Alright, so getting into the video, we're gonna go through a very, very similar agenda. I don't even know what you would call it.
Agenda.
An overview. Yeah, we'll go through these questions that we asked ourselves last year to celebrate our first full year of content creation, and we're just gonna go back, reflect on, well, maybe even the answers that we gave, but also re-ask those questions and see what changed.
We'll keep this a tradition. We'll kind of do the same questions every year and see how we've grown year to year.
Yeah.
So this is our year 2.
Year
of review.
2 of review. Year 2 in review? No. Year 2 of review.
In review.
In review.
No, in review because we're reviewing.
Yeah.
In.
Okay. Well, there are 5 questions that we kind of clasped to that we're going to go through, and Why don't you kick it off by asking the first one?
So our first question is, what is our favorite memory of the year? So this isn't a specific board game, it's more a memory of our content creation.
Of our content creation?
Or just our Kovray world.
Of being part of the Kovray.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
You want to go first?
There's so much that happened
many.
this year. It's actually wild to think about. So I want to start by saying that. Like, I looked at our old video, and it was a video that we released, obviously around this time. Yeah, a year ago. But we were just about to go to our first convention.
Mm-hmm.
We have now since been to 2 other conventions.
3 total.
So 3 total. And we're about to head out to PAX U again.
Again?
Yeah. So we're going on 4 conventions here, and I don't think it's going to slow down. We're hoping that we can go to Essen next year, but that's like me starting to ramble. My favorite memory, I think, is like a long-lasting thing. Because when we went to PAX, we actually like met so many people in person. There's one thing to have those connections with people online and then meet them in person and find out that they're like exactly what you would expect. And a lot of the time that was like, yes, I'm so excited, this is great. And other times like they weren't exactly like they were online, and that's totally fine, but there's nothing wrong with that. But
spicy.
Not spicy at all. I'm just saying that we have to be on when we do content creation. We have to be we have to have this positive attitude.
Do you think we're the same in real life as we are on camera?
I think I'm a little more excitable on camera for sure. Okay. I think I'm a little more laid back when it comes to being in person, but I think that's just like part of me being comfortable now on camera.
Okay.
But all this to say,
favorite memory.
My favorite memory, I think, just is like this long-lasting effect of we got to meet so many people and then become friends with them, and like Jeff and Jamie from Foster the Meeple, for example, came to visit us for a whole week.
10 days.
10 days. And like I would never have thought that something like that would happen, especially within just a year. We have only known them for a year, really, and they came to visit, and we obviously played a lot of board games, but we just enjoyed each other's company, we got along, we shared different interests outside of board games, and it's amazing how one thing can open up an opportunity to connect to individuals on a whole other level and with different hobbies and things like that. So it was like amazing. I think that would probably be one of my favorite memories. I'm
glad you said that, because that was definitely my up there tied for all, because there's, like you said, there's been so many things that happened this year, but WallaCon was definitely one of my favorite memories, because it was just so like, it's
like full circle almost.
Full circle, but it felt very like comfortable.
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel like it was awkward or anything, and it just felt right, which I really liked.
Yeah.
I think my favorite memory of the year, I can't even choose, there's so many.
I know, I rambled so much.
I think I'll go, the one that really sticks out to me is, and I'll focus more on our content a little bit, because I think last year I said all the people that we met. So I'm going to narrow in this year, and I'm going to say I think it was doing the Burn Cycle How to Play video. I think it was it was such an intricate and long process to get it just the way that we wanted to.
Yeah.
For it to look, and it probably was the longest amount of time we've ever spent on a video.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a video that we spent more hours in. But I really like how it turned out. There was very minimal mistakes. It was really clear, and I've seen there was so much positivity from all of you that it was just like so appreciated, because especially when you spend that many hours on something, like to receive that it actually has helped, has contributed to your game, and it's actually further along our mission that we set out.
Yeah.
It made me really happy.
That's true.
And it was really fun. I think I was like, the technicalities of it is something I enjoy. Hence doing all like the how to plays and our check it out videos, and it's something I always try to think of ways of like, what's the best way to showcase information, and that was just a fun challenge for that.
Yeah, that's fair.
That would be mine.
Okay, so that is that question, the first question out of the way. Next question: what are the challenges that we faced this year?
The challenges.
Should we also be like, how did we overcome them,
yeah,
or how do we intend to overcome them?
Okay. So I think for me, I think this year I hit more burnout than I did last year.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
even though last year we moved and we had a really like strenuous 1 point, I think this year it like dragged on and on and on, and it kept getting worse, and there wasn't really the light at the end of the tunnel, which sounds really negative, but bear with me.
Well, I think it was like self-driven though. Like, we wanted to do good by our channel.
Yes.
And sometimes, not all the times, it was at the detriment of our mental health.
Yep. Yeah. I think in order to overcome that, because I think even like the last couple of months, I feel like we've done less Instagram. We've kind of given up on TikTok. Because initially we spread ourselves really thin, and now we really honed in on YouTube.
Intentionally though, because in our video we actually talk about how we were like doing this testing thing
of what
where
we wanted to do,
seeing what landed and what we enjoyed doing.
So I think in order to resolve it, I think something we've done really well recently is planning more. So doing like time blocks of like, this is when we're gonna film. So then we're not worried about when do you think we'll film? When are we gonna do this? How are we gonna get the time to do this? And everything's last minute. So I think time blocking, which is still a work in progress.
Physically time blocking, like, because me and Ilya are very much like schedulers, so we like to have those things blocked off. But Ilya is like an in the head time blocker, and I am very much like, it needs to be on my calendar because then I can forget about it, and then when I get 15 minutes, so like I need the physical piece to know that that's what's happening. Otherwise, my days can be thrown off. And then in turn, like if I'm not ready for it and Ilya's like, I'm ready for it, then his day can be a little tossed. And then it just like makes it a little bit more difficult to do what we want to do.
I think the other thing too is we've started doing more now that the COVID restrictions have gone down a little bit. So it's just balancing time and making sure we still have time to do all the things that we want to do, be adults, clean our house, do all the errands.
Clean our house. Exclamation point, star.
Can't have boxes everywhere, can't have messes. Tyler.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We are both equally messy.
We are not the cleanest people,
no,
but like
we try our best.
Yeah.
So that's all. But I think that's the biggest challenge for me, is just capacity, learning to balance things, but also having fun in the process. Which I usually have fun, but sometimes it's not as fun as it could be.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the point that you said about like COVID restrictions and us just trying to like live our like quote unquote normal lives. Like obviously board games have become part of that normalcy, however you say it, normalcy world. And like I still have a really, really high appreciation for board games, but like many of you probably have already figured out, is I'm also like a fairly active individual. I play volleyball, I like to golf, I like to do other random sports, and I just like to be able to get outside, especially because we have two like really active dogs, and they deserve all the love in the world and all the exercise in the world as well, just to keep them like mentally stimulated. So
there's no board games for dogs.
Yeah, I think my challenge now has become like the balancing act of that, where like I think I've had a couple times where I've been frustrated at board games because it takes time away from other things that I could be doing, and that's not fair to our content, but it's also not fair to the other things that are going on. So it's like, I can't be frustrated. I just need to know that it's like okay, and by appreciating that I can have this variety of hobbies, that I just need to be able to focus on balancing, scheduling, working out, making sure that I can still like not burn out, and then still focus, be able to perform like at my job. I'll say this again and again, but like Ilya and I do this as part-time. We have full-time jobs where we work 8 hours a day. We don't mess like, and we enjoy our work. We enjoy our work. So we're not gonna give that up and put that in danger for other things.
So how are you gonna fix it?
That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say.
Enjoy
is like,
the balance.
I have to understand that it's okay to have these variety of hobbies, and that it's okay to allocate time to all of these hobbies. I just need to know that when I do that, I can't be frustrated that I can't do the other things. So it's
intentionality.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
Yeah.
Speaking of multitasking, Tyler is getting the banana bread out of the oven. But while he's doing that, I'm going to give you our first code word for Ark Nova. So if you want to enter to win a copy of Arc Nova, you'll simply comment down below using the word lively. Let's carry on. Well, needless to say, biggest challenge, capacity, balance, and we're working slowly to get better at it and make sure that we really enjoy all the work that we do here and sharing all of this with you.
Yes.
But if you have any tips of how you balance your time or manage your own capacity, let us know, because we're always happy to learn and hear from you as well.
Mm-hmm. Especially now that COVID is like lightening up. It seems to be that everybody's able to go out and get things, do more things that they used to be able to do, or that were hard to do during COVID. So
our next question is, what would you tell yourself a year ago?
1 year ago advice.
So we haven't even set up our studio.
Yeah.
We've recently moved. We're still trying to get our house in order, mainly, or got it somewhat in order.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
And I think my advice to my 2-year self ago was actually like, just go for it kind of thing. Be okay with messing up. Fail and fail fast. I think in summary, that's what I would have said. I think that mantra of like fail fast is like really important just in life. But I've always kind of like followed that. My basketball coach when I was younger used to always say move with purpose, and if you're not moving with purpose, then why are you moving kind of thing. So like always do things with intention. With this, I guess like it leads into the advice that I would give myself last year, is that be more intentional with the things that you're trying to do. I know that we sit down and we chat about the videos that we're going to do, and we cover games that we are asked to cover or that we want to cover. And I think like with that comes some of the doing it with intention. Is we should always be aiming for those videos where we enjoy the game, we know we want to talk about the game. Maybe we don't enjoy the game, we don't have to, but like we want to talk about the game for specific reasons. And we did it this year where we would always write things down before we talked about it, maybe the bullet points, at least have like a conversation prior to camera. And I think that was really important, but just to keep that going, stay positive, always like go for that, good stuff.
Okay. So my 1 year is, I would say, number 1, buy a new memory card. The memory card you have will stop the camera from recording and will cause you to pull out your hair multiple times on long, stressful filming days. So buy a new memory card, stop using that old one. That's number 1. Number 2, I think my biggest goal last year was to take myself less seriously and just have fun, and I think we've really done that. Yeah. I think in each of the videos we show up, we are who we are, we say what we need to say, and I really enjoy that. I think it's come off much more authentic, even going back to the beginning where we used to script and we used to be very rigid. And I think last year, like our first year, I used to care a lot of like, oh, this came off really wrong. I think now I'm still, if there's wording that is inaccurate, that will portray the game in the wrong way, I do like to fix that. But I think if we say something wrong and we just quickly, oh, like, why did I say that? What do you mean? Like, I think it's nice to keep that because it's more genuine. It feels more like a conversation you'd have at the table. So I think the advice that I would give myself now is to, or a year ago, tell myself a year ago, is to, I think, just be a bit more organized. I think last year there was a lot of sporadic, let's do this. And I think now, because we started doing the writing, I also started to write down the how to plays. Yeah. So like actually have it not almost a script for that, which is much easier because then I can film it. I know exactly what I'm filming when we're doing the table. Yeah, it's easier to put together and storyboard. So I think it's saved a lot of time. So there's a lot of little things. Do more things that save you time.
Or build those habits that save you time. Because I think that's really important. Is like a lot of this stuff is like we're learning as we go. And when we learn something efficient, it should be something that we are applying. So maybe that's just like something that we can keep in mind going forward. Yeah. I also would say just like allow yourself to breathe. It's okay to not want to do something. It's okay to like step back for it for a bit. Like make sure you're good. Make sure you're in the right headspace.
No guilt. We do this for fun, and it's not going to be fun if we're here. This is the video that we're going to talk about today. So we might as well just have fun.
And it might not even be the board games that's bothering you. I know, like, I was exhausted
There's
few
work.
times.
There's we get sick.
And
things
I
happen.
just wanted to relax.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So our next question is.
This one is board game specific, but now I don't know because you talked about Burn Cycle, how to play. But this is like your favorite board game moment.
Board game moment.
Yeah.
I think, okay, I have mine. Top of the head, because there's going to be hundreds and thousands of board game moments, I'm sure. But the first one that came to mind was one of the conventions we went to. We learned Paladins with Jeff and Jamie. First on the floor.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But then we played it, I think we started playing at like midnight or 1. And we're like, we're going to play it. Now we knew how to play it. But it's I absolutely love games and moments where you just look at each other and you just start laughing. And there's like nothing is funny, but you're just in that mood where everything is hilarious. And it was just that game of Paladins where we were just crying laughing. And I just really, those moments are the best moments. And I think that to me.
We're still laughing.
We were just laughing. Like we were all in tears crying.
It was pretty funny. Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that. It was really fun. I would 100% do it again.
Yeah, that was a good
Cry
one.
laughing at 2 a.m.
Yeah, that was a good, good.
What's the first one that comes to your mind?
Probably because it's more recently, this is the one that comes to mind, but we got to play Fit to Print with basically everybody from Flatout and Peter McPherson and the designer of the game. And then we also got to, and a few other people that were there, some designers, some other folk just attending the convention. And we played this like team variant, and that to me was so much fun because it was like on the fly learning how to play this game, but also Peter teaching us and then changing some of the rules to make it fit better. It was almost
design
like
and action.
Yeah, it was almost like a design sprint, and it was very, very cool to see in action.
And it was literally a sprint because we would run from tables to tables trying to pass the newspaper tiles, and then Tyler couldn't put the newspaper together.
I don't know what you're talking about. We got second.
That's true. We did pretty good. And it was like, I think it was like a mass 12-player game because we played in
12
pairs.
players. Yeah, it was,
like
so
a lot
much
of fun. It was
But,
a lot of fun.
Yeah, like I said, there's been so many different moments that it's hard to pinpoint exactly one. Like, it's the people, right? It's not necessarily the games, but
it's always the conversations, it's always the laughs, and it's always those moments. So,
exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, the girls, our dogs, just went upstairs, and I guess Ilya already mentioned that we were multitasking, and I'm making banana bread right now, so he's gonna go check to see if they're getting into it or not. And I think I put it far away that they're not. So we'll talk about another code word, and we'll do this one for wayfarers. So the code word for wayfarers is going to be travel. All you got to do is include that in one of your comments, and you'll be entered to win yourself one version of this game.
So many board game moments. I feel like we got to do like a monthly recap at this point to capture all the wonderful things that have happened.
Yeah, it's almost like we did that.
So our next question is, what surprised you the most this year?
What surprised me? I think what surprised me this year was just like our ability to keep going with it, and the amount of people that reached out to us, specifically like publishers and designers, that really wanted to work with us. It's rewarding. It really is. It's amazing to hear like any kind of praise, any kind of like reach out that's like, hey, we'd love to work with you or love to continue to work with you. I think that was super, super awesome. And then on the other end of that, like there was so many amazing people that just reached out to us and was like, we love the content you're putting out. Like, thank you so much for doing what you do. And all of these amazing things. I think those, I wouldn't say it surprised me, but I was very, very grateful. And it was just like, I don't know, really nice to see. So, yeah.
I think what surprised me is that people still watch our videos.
Oh.
No, I think on the similar vein to Tyler, it just means so much that when someone actually takes the time to leave a comment, say something, and do it on a consistent level too, like it just means a ton to us. And I really want to stress that we get energized, we still get excited at every single comment, and that's something that we really want to harness and have.
Yeah, exactly.
The other couple of things really quick too is I was surprised how many people wanted to collaborate with us in our 2-player month. I love the video that we put together from all of our friends that we've met and not met.
Yeah.
But it was so nice to see everyone's 2-player recommendations.
Yeah.
And last but not least, same to your point, my first point came to mind is that all the people that want to continue to work with us. I think it just means so much. And especially because I think in our second year, our goal was more to be like, we only really want to cover the games we want to cover. And then there's still too many of those. Like we still have the opportunities, and we're just so grateful for them, for that to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Our ladies are sprinting.
They are sprinting.
I guess it's time for them to come say hi. Ladies!
Come here.
Come on. These are our little ladies. This is Beasley. She's 3.5, and she's a miniature Australian Shepherd.
Maggie is 1.
Maggie does not like to be held.
Well, she does a good
She
job.
loves
actually.
cuddles.
She sleeps on my lap when I'm at work
she
now.
sleeps against both of us, which is really cute.
Yeah, isn't that right? Yeah.
Lady break.
So I guess just to keep this going, kind of like something else that surprised me was just like I was able to do a lot of other work, not just we were both able to do this. We were able to do more work than just content, more work than just the videos. We were able to branch into the photography space.
Yep.
We did some analytics for some folks, some market analysis for some folks, and it's just been like super rewarding to know that like people are understanding where we're coming from, and they also like want to utilize some of the skills that we've not necessarily tried to sell, but like
we have skills,
have mentioned before, and it's super nice.
Yeah, it's cool when our work kind of aligns with the board games too, and we get to practice some of the stuff we do at work into the board game world, which is always a very pleasant surprise.
Exactly. You
Okay,
do
Maggie, I
not
think
look
you wanna
very
come
cozy,
down.
so I will let you down. Yeah.
Now, our overall thoughts. Anything else you want to mention before we focus on year 3?
No, I don't think so. I think a lot of this year was actually just like a self-discovery year for me. I'm coming out of COVID. I'm trying to figure out like where the board game space and the content creation fit in with my lifestyle. And just making sure that I'm still able to enjoy everything that I want to enjoy. I think that's really it. That's my overall thoughts. I've been so grateful for all of the people that we've met, all the friendships we've been able to like continue to foster, and yeah, I'm excited to see where everything takes us.
Yeah, I think my only overall thought is that I haven't mentioned is that so much has happened that it just feels like it should span like 10 years rather than a year.
I think that this is 2 years, and it's like nuts to
I
me.
think I'm really grateful for just everyone's kindness, everyone's willingness to chat with us, to make us feel really welcome in the space. Because believe it or not, we're pretty shy. Well, I'm pretty shy in real life. I don't act shy, but it takes everything in me to like be in a room. It exhausts me completely. I'm very much an introvert because I think people drain me, which is I think the definition of an introvert.
I'm an introverted extrovert, I think.
Because people don't energize me. Like when I'm around people at the end of the day, I'm just like, holy moly, I could sleep for a year.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I'm very quiet around people usually.
But you get energy.
And when I get warmed up to people, that's when I start to get a little bit more excited. But I usually get energized by people.
Introversion and extroversion together kind of deal. So I think it's just thank you for everyone who made us feel welcome, who made us feel like we're part of a larger community, who continues to comment on our videos, who continues to share the work that we do to their friends and others. We appreciate it immensely.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, year 3.
Wow, what are we going to do?
What are our plans and what are our goals? So last year, I think we talked about doing a little bit more solo videos, which we didn't do.
We actually mentioned quite a few things that we would maybe think about doing. Yeah.
So I think we haven't quite got there because I think we're still tackling the capacity. But what do you want to do this year? What is your goal for year 3 for Tyler?
I don't know if I really have any more goals that are inside content. Like a lot of it to me is just finding this balancing act.
So continue trucking along and maintaining?
I think there are certain things that I might put on a higher priority of like attempting to do, but we'll see. Like I don't want to limit myself to those.
You don't want to commit to them right now?
No, I don't. Because like the one thing I could think about that I mentioned last year is that I wouldn't mind like looking back into the streaming thing. The truth be told, like I know I would enjoy it. I just don't want to have to board game stream all the time. Because I also like playing a lot of video games. So I don't want to stand up here and say I'm going to start streaming when
it's not always
going to be about board games.
A lot of people variety stream.
Yeah, so who knows? Maybe that'll be a thing. Maybe it won't. Because again, like we're trying to do this capacity thing, and we've just got to like learn.
I think one thing I've thought about is in our check it out videos, we do a pretty thorough how to play.
Yes.
And I think what I want to do is take that how to play out of the video and do a separate video for it, because I feel like we do really good explanations of games, but unless people are looking for a review as well, they don't get to learn the games from us necessarily.
Yeah. My big thing about the check it outs is I think that the how to plays are, well, I mean, it's a good thing that you're thinking about this, is because I think they're too in depth for the type of video, at least that I had intended the check it outs to be.
So I think I want to separate that. So that's my goal for year 3, and do more of a check it out will be more of a review with like a very 10-second how the game is played, rather than 8 minutes sometimes.
Yeah.
And then there'll be a separate how to play video that'll be almost like a precursor. Here's a how to play video, and then in a couple of days you'll see what Ilya and Tyler think and who this game might be for, and then maybe revamp that review format a little bit more, maybe look at it a little bit differently. We are getting close to 100 reviews though, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I think we're sitting at 75 or 76.
Nice.
So I think in our next year we'll celebrate 100 reviews, which is pretty exciting. So I think just continue to push, continue to be more creative. I think I've learned so much this year in editing, even the way that we film some of the stuff, even some of the lighting. I'm sure you've seen the changes that we've had. So continue to push and learn little things to refine and make our content better. That's my goal.
Yeah. I also just though I think the other thing I would say is I just want to get more into the photography thing.
Yeah.
That's I think where a lot of my passion lies in this stuff, is the editing of the photos and the taking of them. Obviously I like standing in front of a camera and hanging out and chatting, but there is something to be said about going back to the roots of where this started, and that was initially with photography.
That's very true. So that is our year 3 goals. And with those year 3 goals, let's quickly do our last keyword.
Ooh.
And the last keyword for this is going to be trio.
I can't see you pointing at me.
Oh, I point in the back. So if you want to win the bundle of Cascading Calico and Verdant, the Kickstarter versions, just simply comment trio down the line. And that is your code word for this game. We'll also be doing maybe another 1 or 2 giveaways of just Verdant.
Yeah.
So that will also enter you in the Verdant category.
Yeah, if you've commented trio, then you'll also be entered to win just a solo version of Verdant. But this will depend on, I think, entries.
Sure.
We're going to just see how many people
The more
comment.
entries we get, the more copies of Verdant we may give away.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we want to give a specific number? No, we'll keep it a mystery, but maybe we'll comment down below. So look at the
How many do we
description.
have? We don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know. And that's it! We're celebrating our 200th video.
And 2-year anniversary.
And none of our pets' birthdays are nearby.
No, nowhere. None of our birthdays are nearby either.
Well, I guess now we have something to celebrate in November besides... Is there a holiday in November?
Remembrance Day.
Remembrance Day in Canada.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you immensely. Our question for the day is... What sort of content do you want us to see? What is a video maybe from the past year that you really enjoyed of our content? This is a selfish question of the day. But help us celebrate by sharing what you may want us to see or or maybe...
Where does that even come from?
Or maybe something we've done in the past year that you really enjoyed that you like to see more of, or you just want to say, that was cool.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a Kovray celebration.
I'm actually really excited to see that. And I mean, if you feel like telling us something that maybe you're grateful for over the last year, or that you've celebrated over the last year, feel free to let us know.
Join
that
in
too.
the collective celebration.
Exactly.
We can just celebrate all together all the wonderful things that have happened.
Yeah.
And
transitioned it to not being a selfish question.
And last but certainly not least, you know how to enter the giveaway. There's 3 code words that we gave for each of the games that you may win.
Well, one for this one, one for this one, one for this one.
Exactly. So interweave them in your comments down below. You'll be eligible for a few entries. Look in the description. Wayfarers will be a worldwide giveaway. These will be mainly North America, unless maybe you want to pitch in for some shipping, because shipping these is expensive. But all that is in the description, so feel free to read that to understand how the giveaway works. And any bonus entries will be down there as well. So if you want to gain bonus entries, how do you do that, you may ask?
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet because we haven't figured it out, but we'll post it in the comments, because by the time this video is up, we will have figured it out. Isn't that just clever? Time travel.
Time travel.
Well, thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day and have another great year.
Yeah, excited to see what's coming our way and ready for whatever it is or something like that. Blah, blah, blah. Fancy, fancy saying. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.
Bye!